Koda took a deep breath, eyes closed, losing himself in his meditation. The train was a great place for it. The soft seats, the still air, the pleasant hum of the vehicle as it glided over the monorail. One might forget they were entering one of the nation's busiest and most bustling cities. "Whoa, cool!" Mav shouted from across the car. "I can see everyone gathering in Glen Park. Must be for the festival. That's a lot of people." Footsteps thundered until a body rushed to the window nearest Koda. "And that's the Central Arena. Think there's gonna be a challenger today? Will we have time to watch a match?" Koda had lied. He could never lose himself to meditation whenever Mav was around. And Mav was always around. "Our train home doesn't leave until tomorrow morning," Koda said, abandoning the meditation. "If there is a match, we should have time to see it." Mav beamed, the childlike expression clashing with his otherwise professional physique. Sleek black hair tied into a tight bun, spotless peacekeeper uniform of black and white worn tidily, and dark eyes folded in at the corner, which could have been imposing had they not twinkled like a puppy eager for a walk. Most citizens would probably feel more at ease if their peacekeepers didn't act in such a manic manner. Mav, however, was brilliant at many things. Reining himself in was not among them. Not like it mattered. There were only two in the car. "There is something I'd like to check into first," Koda said. "This again?" Mav said. "Why does it matter if the train's empty? People probably commuted to Linick already for the festival. Just gives us more room to stretch." Which was exactly what Mav had said 2 hours ago when they'd boarded the train. But humanity was hardly known to plan ahead. Regardless of how many early comers there were to the festival, plenty of civilians would commute into the city the day of the celebration. So why were they alone? The city skyline gave way to a darkened tunnel, which itself gave way to their terminal. Koda's suspicions expanded as the doors opened. Stepping onto the platform, the terminal was practically barren. Only a few commuters were about, and even they made a headlong stride towards their destination. Mav, however, found something more pressing to concern himself with. "Flames above!" Mav said, grabbing Koda's shoulder and pulling him in. "That woman's walking her cat!" Indeed, a young woman sped down the terminal, leash in hand. On the opposing end was a small tabby. Before Koda could hold him back, Mav rushed toward the woman, pleading to pet the cat. The woman allowed him, glancing about as the cat rubbed against Mav's shins. She looked distraught, but didn't want to refuse a peacekeeper. "You know, Sergeant Allen told us not to abuse our power," Koda said as he reached Mav. "How is petting a cat an abuse of power?" Mav said. "What is going on, ma'am?" Koda asked the woman. "Where is everyone?" She had an incredulous look, then glanced down at Koda's uniform, identical to Mav's, only made from thinner material, which seemed to remind her of his status. "Have you not seen the news?" she asked. "Just got debriefed from training," Koda said. "We were forbidden all access to the outside world until about 2 o'clock this morning. If we weren't rushing to a train, we were sleeping." "Sorry, Wondrous Keeper," she said. "I shouldn't have questioned." Mav, picking up on her troubled tone, ceased petting the cat and stood tall. "Is there something wrong?" The woman gave a hurried nod. "Kidnappings. Over 20 of them in the last week alone. All of them close to the station." "That is a lot in such a short time," Koda said. "More go missing every day," she said. "If it weren't absolutely necessary, I'd be at home right now." "And the cat?" The woman looked offended. "For emotional support." Oh, the illogic of humanity. Massive kidnappings occur, so bring a cat to work. And these were the kinds of people Mav was so eager to protect. "What are the police doing?" Mav asked. "How about Linick's Guild?" "Police are too busy with the Thanksgiving to the Flame Bearers Festival," the woman said. "And Sacred Skies has taken out some contracts, but they haven't been any help." Mav gave Koda a look, one he was all too familiar with. "You know, it is not really our business," Koda said. "Of course it is," Mav said. "We're peacekeepers." "Not officially. Not yet." "Then enjoy the sights. I'm gonna look into it myself." Koda made a long blink. "I'll make some calls. Mav grinned, then turned to the woman. We'll escort you to a safe place, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll deal with this in no time.